Happy Tuesday. I just actually went live and I didn't have the speaker on. So for some of you that maybe were just trying to find me and then you're like, where'd she go? That's where I just started over again. Seemed like it was easier. So hello, I'm Lori, and yes, I am from Canada. We had a holiday here. I think it was also, hi Sharon, I think it was also President's Day down in the States, so also a holiday. But so yeah, it feels like a kind of a funny Tuesday today, and on top of it, it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow, so I'm going to go skiing tomorrow out at Lake Louise. So I'm lucky to be in Alberton with Lake Louise right in my backyard. So I have kind of convinced myself. I am talking myself into it still. I'm getting old, obviously. There was a time where it was like, woohoo, ski time. And now it's like, is it going to be warm? Is it going to be enough snow? 1,000 things. Oh, I've been working really hard on a couple different things. Keisha, thankfully, has got me on track. So hello, Keisha. She's got, she started, so I'm happy to work with our techniques today. Last week I dreamed up a little idea of starting a new series of doing textures on Tuesdays. And so tonight we're going to do the second in the series of textures. And Keisha threw in the idea of white being the color of the week over on Creativity for Everyone. And so I am going to use white tonight. I'm thinking, except for the one piece that I cut that's already pool party. Anyways, I'm going to do a few ideas. Last week we did textures. Oh, we were working with literally the textures. It was called timber textures, I think. And that was a bit of a segue to the idea that this one was on sale. It's on the clearance rack, or the last chance rack as it's now called. And it was a reasonably priced one. I believe it was $13.60 in Canada. Think it's still available. This is your last 10 days to get celebration stuff, and that is one of them being the Friendly Seagulls, a really good one that you should get. I think it's a cutie. But there it is. All right, so I'm going to pop you down. I am lucky, actually. It's going to be, well, okay, I don't know if it's going to be sunny, but it's actually about, could be up to 10 degrees warmer than it's going to be here in Rocky Mountain House. I am from a small town, Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, Canada. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 22 years. I know a thing or two about textures. Actually, I'm not even probably going to touch on some of the textures we did. But yeah, we were kind of crazy back in the day. I did classes and I actually used to teach textures, and then I had a really tough time covering them up because they were so beautiful, and that hasn't changed a lot. Textures can be all sorts of things, but tonight we're going to play with some scoring. So I was playing just now, I guess that's why my little cheeks are a little red. I was working with a scoring tool and I was having a little bit of trouble, so I'm going to bring in my personal trimmer and go from there. But anyways, all right, here we go. I am going to pop you down. Got the top. I don't know if while I was talking, did you see I was kind of clearing up the thing? Yesterday was Family Day in Canada here, and I made this cutest card. This is going to be way too close. Come back a little tiny bit. So sorry for the zoom in, zoom out. I have to say that to begin with, I zoom in so I get rid of all of this stuff here. This drives me crazy. You're like, well, simple solution to that, clean it up, or yeah. But look, you can even see my light, for goodness sakes. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. Hi, Cheryl. But the bottom line is, I zoom in, then I zoom back out, zoom in, whatnot. We're going to work tonight with memorable blooms at least once, maybe more times. One thing I could do with this, because I was kind of thinking I needed a little bit of texture around this, I could do just a little tiny border around here. Maybe I'll give that a try, actually. Let's do it. Let's add a little tiny texture to this right off the bat, right off the get-go. So we're going to work with textures for this new series that we have. And this guy is, let's see how we're going to do this best. It's 3.5 by 4.5, I think. Yeah, 3.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to come in. So I did try doing a couple little these guys. That is from the set, Musical Jamboree. And I didn't really like that, I have to say. I don't know if I stamped it kind of wrong, or it just didn't do stuff for me. So I thought, that's okay. I'll stamp the inside of this card. I may even still add, you know how lots of times you add a piece of white to the inside of the card, and then I think that'll work just fine. Even if all I do is stamp a word and say dear blah blah, I think that'll still work nice. But yeah, I can't even Sorry, I'm just looking at my little edge and I'm like, oh. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to bring this in 3.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to bring 3.5, and this is 4 1/4. I might just cheat. I'm kind of an eyeballer, let's face it. If I have this like this, and I want to have, and I'm going to do it this way. So when you're scoring, of course, you're going to be pushing in along here. So I will bring this into here. So it doesn't matter. Okay. I want it to be on here, on the far side. Okay. Sorry, I am talking to myself. Yes. You are learning as we go. You should not be doing this with me. You should see what mistakes I make and then go back and watch the recording and relearn what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to have this at about like that, and I want to have, this makes sense, to have this at 5 1/4 on this side and come in here, then I'll be 1/4 inch. And then the idea, getting rid of the blade, because I definitely don't want no blading going on. So I'm scoring on the inside of the card so that when I do the score, it'll be good. I'm going to do a little, from about, I guess I'll do it from, whatever that is, to the 4, okay? So I think I'll do it from here to the 4. Now I'm just going to move that. So from 2 to 4, I'm going to score. I'm going to make sure that I've got it in here straight, so it's straight. I'm going to go 2 to 4 and back again. So it's a nice groove. It's going to be pretty subtle. And I turn it around, and because I went at 4, I'll come in here at the 4. And I'll come in from, I think, the half of this and go up to that score line, which I told you yesterday. These little, I think just about every blade, no matter what kind of a trimmer you have, this one's an older one, but the new one as well, all of them show where the blade is on the inside there. They all have the marker to let you know where you are, hey? Okay, so then when I close that, see how I've got that little tiny, can you see the little texture? Yes, you can, just barely. But I can see it better. Not this one quite as much. I didn't go quite as deep. And then this is just going to be sitting in there. So I got to do the same thing down here. So I want 1/4 inch in. And so again, just as a marker on the inside here, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come in at the 4. And I want to come 1/2 inch down. I feel like I'm going to get in trouble here. No, it'll be okay. Okay, so come in at the 4, and I did it at the 1/4 inch. I'm pretty sure at the top, just by luck, did I do it? Was I 1/2 inch down? I think that's just 1/4 inch. Hold on, guys, hold on. I know this isn't a ruler, but I'm sure that's 1/4 inch. Yeah, okay, so I'm at the 4, I'm coming in. Oh, it was the top that I was worried about. Oh, that is, okay, so I need to do 1/4 inch. Okay, so from the 1/4 inch, so I'm going to go from there, and I went a certain ways. I'm just going to come up to here. I'm going to move this. I'm going to come up to at least the 2.5. Okay, and I'm going to do it the turn. So now I'm going to be way down here. I'm going to come in at the 1/4. That's the 1/2. Coming in at the 1/4. And am I still on screen? Just barely. And I'm going to come up to just the 1/2 there. Yep, that'll be good. Okay, so up to that line, that 1/2 line. All right. And now that has added a little tiny bit of texture that I can nestle this nicely, because I had decided to do it square. I think my one girlfriend had said, do it crooky-eyed. But yeah, I've got a little bit of texture. And because of my, this not being actually exactly, my quarters are a little tiny bit weird, and I can fix that actually. I think I'll just, yeah, I'll just leave it. I should have started up or down a little bit, higher or lower, but these guys are totally just into the corners, and then he's going to nestle in there, so it'll be lovely. So a nice little nestle. So that is little texture number 1 with that idea. Texture number 2, What is texture number 2? That's a good question. Texture number 2 is that kind of idea, but running it a few times. So again, I'm going to bring this in, and everything that you do is kind of the opposite of what you plan to look at. So if I actually want it in this corner, because I like things in the top left corner, I need to actually do it in this corner so that when I turn it over, it's bumpy. You can do it so that it's recessed, but you kind of want it to be bumpy. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Lara. Okay, so I'm going to do it starting at the half and the half here. And I'm going to go down to the 3, I think, to begin with. Down to the 3. No, I'm going to go down to that 3.5 and back up. And I'm going to do that a couple times just because I don't know why, but it feels like now, so this I will say, this is, I have been blessed. And I have scored quite a bit with this. My scoring tool might be a little duller than yours. When you're working on white cardstock versus our colored cardstock, the colored cardstock is stiffer. So just be a little aware of where you're at there, okay? So I did that. Now I'm going to do a 1/4 inch over. And I'm going to start at the same top, but I'm going to just go down less. So see where I was. I'm going to come up to the half, and I'm going to go up to the half, down to 3, and one more time. And I'm going to go over another 1/4 to the 1 inch. So I'm counting my quarters on this side because I have 2 rules. And I'm going to come over from the half, and I'm just going to go to the 2.5. So I'm doing a 1/2 inch in between. We'll see what that looks like. Hopefully it's nice. And it's just got a little tiny bit of texture there, just a little subtle. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. So again, I need to turn this over, and I'm starting at that 1/2 inch and going to the 3.5, up to the half, back again. Okay, over a 1/4 inch. Down to the 3, over a 1/4 inch to the 1 inch. I'm at the top always, down to the 2.5. Pay attention a little tiny bit while you're talking, Lori. And now I have just a little subtle, can you see it? I hope so. If not, oh there. It'll be a good excuse for you to give it a go. And then, of course, then you can do some fun stuff with these things. So in this case, I lay it on. This is Pool Party. Layer it on a piece of peacock. Sorry, I'm blanking out here. I'm also thinking ahead. What am I going to put on here? Oh, and then you can add something to this. And yes, just FYI, with my lighting in real life, and one will be deeper than the other, possibly. Like in my case, mine, maybe I was firmer because I was more sure of myself the second time. I'm not sure which one was my first and my second. This one is a little tiny bit bumpier. So because that's probably going to be the more featured one, maybe, I'm going to have it over there. Just FYI. Okay, now in this case, I think I'm going to stamp and do some coloring on this guy. And then I will show you a whole nother little one more, and we will make 2 cards tonight fairly simply. Oh. And always texture. I showed you this last week. I will borrow from here. There's always a great way of adding a little texture is with a little piece of vellum. So it's a little cheater or sneak peek or a bonus, whichever way the series go. Vellum is a great, whether you have to shop your own stash, if we don't have vellum currently, which we might not, but I believe it's coming back out again, guys. And there is some pretty patterned vellum at this point as well, right? So I'm going to stamp this guy on a piece of white, which I should have, excuse me, a piece of white, because I have to admit I made a little boo-boo today. That one has nothing on it, so that's not my boo-boo one. Where's my boo-boo one? Oh. That's not big enough. Okay, hang on. I gotta go. Well, I got this piece right here. And, oh. So you guys have heard me say before that sometimes it's kind of quiet in here. Are you guys talking? Because I'm not seeing a bunch of chatter. Hi, Catherine. Cheryl said hi. All right. Tell us what you guys did if you had the holidays yesterday. I think we actually had quite a bit of chatter yesterday. I made that little card. I do have to say, oopsie, so cute. I showed my daughter and she was like, that's an awesome little picture or something. And then I showed her the stamp set and she's like, oh, you created a whole little scene. I was like, yeah, I did. Okay, I'm going to stamp this and be cutting it out. If you're wondering, what color are you stamping that in? You will hear this for quite a while, I do think. And right now during celebration, it's the best time ever to buy your white craft ink pad. It is an uninked ink pad. Unfortunately, at this point, Stampin' Up! Does not sell it separate from its refill because it would be usually very usual. It's very usual. It is usual to buy an ink refill to go with it. Hopefully you also have a white ink pad and you will love that as well. I stamped clouds not very long ago. Ooh, I don't know what I did with that piece of paper. Anyways, and so you do, like, white ink is kind of fun to stamp with and work with, but otherwise, more than likely, look how beautiful that is. More than likely, I will be showing you how to, some techniques to work with your white refill, because that would be a nice fair thing to do. I love it. I did scratch out my white because it does say white, but I love that it actually is black, so it's kind of fun. The difference between this and the Memento ink, you're going to buy a Memento ink refill. The difference being that the Memento ink refill has, is this just a light one? Yes, it is. The Memento ink refill has, I have to remember what I'm saying. The Memento ink is a felt pad as opposed to a foam pad. Oh, that took a few seconds to get out of my mouth, didn't it, you guys? So doing some coloring. Went for a walk today with my girlfriend. My dog loves it. My girlfriend has a pup as well, so we go for a little walk and they tear around, bark, bark, bark at each other. They're so crazy. And yeah, so we had a really lovely little walk. It was brisk. It was probably -18 when we went, but as a good Canadian, I say there is not ever too cold of weather. It's just not the proper clothing. And you can call my bluff on that if you want, but that's where I'm going with. Okay. All right, so a little bit of that. And that one is Lost Lagoon. And I guess actually that was the light Lost Lagoon. Let's see what it looks like with the soft sea foam beside it. A little bit too off there. I'm just realizing this is the dark Lost Lagoon. That is my bad, wasting your time coloring the wrong side. I don't know why, but I feel like the side that has the lines in it should be the side. Even though, honestly, if you think about the light direction, if you're like, what are you doing now, Lori? You're like totally wrong. You're willy-nilly going. I am. They actually have done, if the light source is sort of coming in from where my light source is, it should never be on the top. It should be on the bottom. And half of these are on the top, half of them the bottom. So I should probably just pay attention to what I'm really doing as opposed to what these guys are doing. But anyways, okay. And then my light. And I have to tell you, as much as I love my blends, I'm feeling like currently, seems like every time I go to color my light and my dark, they're not really any different. I don't know what the story is there. I should do a little sampler and see how we're doing with that. Anybody else experiencing that in the cold weather? I'm going to blame it on the cold weather. Why not? Somebody said, made 3 cards today. You forgot to take a photo. Oh, Cheryl, good thing you're smacking your head. What was I just going to show you guys? Oh. Partly because in my back of my mind, I saw it, but now I can't see it in my real life. Did I just see it here? Talking about a sampler. I was pausing myself because, oh, here it is. Yay. I did a sampler of our skin tones. So this is 500, 600, 700 skin tones. I kind of like this one where I did mixed hands with this stamp set. and this was 400 and 300. And then I just did a sampler of 100, 200 there. And then 400 is one of my favorite skin tones. 500, 700, see? So that's kind of a fun thing. These guys don't actually have variations, but if you color once and then let it kind of dry for a little bit and color over it, you can get some blending that way with the same color in that situation. But I paused there. Partly I love to promote you guys buying the skin tones. Mostly though, honestly, what I was doing was just saying, I need to actually do literally this kind of a thing and see, am I losing my mind or not? Definitely light and dark, it says so. And just do a little tiny color swatch right here. This one is the light. Same light end. Oh, look how much darker it is. You guys are all like, we can see it right there, Lori. Yeah, okay. So I was just talking to myself there. All right. I think this is all supposed to be the same flower. I kind of going to go with Pretty in Pink. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to go with... I got to remember. I actually got to write that down. Just a second. I'm making an order tonight. And I got to remember to order Pretty in Pink blends. I have to say, sorry, thank you for pausing with me for 1 second there. Whoa. Wow, Keisha, that's crazy. Is it because of the cold weather, do you think, that you're sleeping hard? So I like to start with a dark blend, by the way, and then go. Did she have holidays again today as well? Is she off? Is it school? It's reading week sort of for even little kids, I guess. Oh, yeah, because Betty is on holidays too, right? It's just a whole break right now. So all the people are on holidays. Might be busy at the, not the swimming pool, at the, spit it out, Lori, ski hill. I am kind of excited. Sharon's right saying, lucky me. I was telling my girlfriend, like, let's face it. Okay, I want to do this. Do I have shaded spruce here? I do. I think I'm going to do crazy shaded spruce. Do you think that'll look pretty with this? Since I have the colors here. Yes, I think that'll be a nice compliment. And then the other shaded spruce. And we'll do a little shaded spruce on this funny other leaf. I kind of feel like somehow, is this actually two different flowers in here? Because, what do you guys think? Is this two different flowers? Because there's definitely two different leaves in here. I don't know. The jury is out on that, can I just say? These guys do kind of look a little bit different, and that is what that one's on. Yeah, I guess I should have maybe done two different colors. I could just about come in beforehand. Okay, I am going crazy because I should have been doing my light poppy already. And I didn't, but anyways, here we go. Three hours. Did you have a crink in your neck when you woke up? I'd have had such a crink in my neck. I'd be like Aladdin's, the genie from Aladdin. 1,000 years can give you such a crink in the neck. Robin Williams, bless his heart. Not even the southern states, bless his heart. True. Quite a few Facebook reels coming out with him right now. I'm not sure. I don't know when he passed, if it was this time of year. But I am getting quite a few. Probably because I pause on it or I watch the reels because he's so funny at times. I'm also getting a lot of Matt Damon, like crossover with Good Will Hunting and stuff, I guess. Now, Good Will Hunting, does that have Robin Williams in it? I feel like it does, and then I don't. I don't think it does, actually. One of the ones that I just watched definitely has a different original guy that posts the guy that posts the original question that he answers on the chalkboard out in the hallway. I also need shaded spruce. Hold on one second. I gotta write that in too. Shaded spruce. You guys are like, and did you get your, was it crumb cake, you guys, that I was squeaking? Crumb cake. You know that this is the best time of year to buy your refills, right? Or not your refills, but to, oh yeah, I definitely need it. Because right now you can earn some extra rewards. One of the ones that's amazing, it's $58 value in the level 1. It doesn't even make sense, but if you have a cut and emboss machine, it's an alphabet set. It's quite lovely. It's a very skinny one, but it's like a $58 value, you guys. And they did have the butterflies for a little bit. And then, of course, my favorite one, and I don't know if they came back or not, because they could, this guy as well. You can either buy this guy, or you can get him for free right now. Wow, I totally need a new shaded spruce. Wow, I cannot believe how dry this is. I kind of can't believe that it's coloring still, and I'm really grateful it is, since it's my choice. Woohoo! It might not have done a whole nother one. Wow. Sorry about that, you guys. My squeaky pen. All right, that's kind of pretty. Now the question will be, where is the dies for it? Sometimes I have them in there. I have that die here. Too bad it wasn't Friday night. If you are sitting it with rapt attention, you could be like, da, 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 da. What does that say? First nomination. Oh, Good Will Hunting has Robin Williams as the therapist and Matt Damon. Oh, he's a therapist. Wow, I didn't know that actually, Marianne. Hey, what did he need a therapist for? He was super smart. And then, or is Good Will Hunting not the one where he answers the question? Or, because he's in, what's the other one? Like, not the teacher one too. I'm confused. There's about 3 of those guys, you know, I get them all mixed up. Not the guy, not Matt Damon and him, but there's like the one where he's the janitor. Is that Good Will Hunting? Okay, I am really trying to fill time while I'm trying to find. I'm kind of bummed. I didn't think about this, you guys. All right. 1 second over here. Maybe I put it away, even though it shouldn't be away, because I kind of feel like I'm pretty sure. Oh, what's this one? I'm 96% sure it's lost on my bad desk over there. I'm just going to really quickly snip it out here. Sorry, I'm reading a message while I'm just looking at it. And it's making me, yes, somebody actually putting in an order with me and telling me a celebration set that they want. And I'm thinking, I don't know, is that a celebration set though? Anyways, dun, 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 dun. I can solve that afterwards, right? So, sad story. It's not really sad. I'll premise that it's not really sad by any stretch of the imagination. Sad personally. I was expecting an order to come with my percolator. So I live, again, Rocky Mountain house, rural. Most of the time, most of my 22 years of being a demonstrator, I've had to go into town and pick them up. And I've had quite a few different drop places that I do that at, right? And no problem, I adapt, and it's different each time, and whatever. Get to know the people because I'm in there quite often, because I do a pretty good business. And less now because more people buy for themselves, right? And have it delivered to their own doors and stuff like that. But I still do quite a few deliveries out here. The joy of it is when you order with me, if you're local, we get together and have a coffee and a chat, and you get to see some stuff live, and it's just nice. Like I love ordering for you if you're local. I love it if you don't always order from me, because then you maybe get it faster than my badness sometimes. Sometimes I wonder about my ordering, and especially in this case. So Thursday actually, even I should have gotten an order. So on Saturday, I'm kind of looking like, where is it? Did I forget to go into town to get it, kind of thing? Except that I didn't get any kind of notification. So I look online. It said that it had come out to Rocky. It hadn't found its address, and it went back to Red Deer, which is about an hour from here, and it's the main depot here, kind of thing. Like, not the place that I have to go pick it up at, FYI, in case you're really panicking for me. But it's and why they wouldn't just drop it off here on the way past, because they literally drive past, and they wouldn't have always, but right now they literally have to drive past the drop depot place, except in their mind, they're not supposed to drop it at the depot anymore. It is supposed to come out to their address. So now they're billing it as, hey, it doesn't have an address. Well, yeah, it does. And you've been delivering to the same address for like years, let alone that you've actually been driving out to my house for 2 years now, kind of thing. Anyways, okay. I'm thinking today I'm going to have to figure things out. But I also, so yesterday with a holiday, I'm thinking I'll leave it till tomorrow morning and see what it says. Okay, it says it's out for delivery again. Bless my puppy, because at about 4 o'clock, just about the time that the guy usually comes to my house, my dog comes running across from my mom's house, because he hangs out at my mom's just as much as at mine. I'm really lucky. My mom has her home just about 100 meters across the yard from my house, and it is fantastic, obviously. Anyways, he hangs out over there sometimes. So he comes running across. I get really excited because I know he's heard the truck coming down the road. So I kind of watching for him to pull up in my driveway, and he's not. And I'm thinking, along my driveway, up about a half a kilometer or more straight, my cousins actually live up there. So yes, we live in a really, really awesome situation. We all look out for each other. Anyways, so yes, there's my cousins way up here, I'm here, and my mom is way over here, kind of thing, right? Anyways, so I'm thinking I'm going to go out, and I'm going to go down. I can walk straight up to my cousins that way, or I go down onto the main driveway and I can walk up that road to them. They drive up that way. I'm going to go down and I'm going to intersect him, because I'm sure it's my delivery, but he's dropping it to there. And it's fine. He can just say he dropped it up there. I'll go up and get it. That's not a problem. But I don't know. I want to make sure that he dropped it. And I should have waved him down. My dog's barking at him. I'm standing right here. He drives right past me. Doesn't look at me. I kind of waved at him, but he's like just driving. And he drives away. So I come back to the house and I text my cousin. And I'm like, did you just get a delivery for me? Well, he came up, but he didn't drop anything off. So it went back to Red Deer. And I just checked before I came on. And yes, address couldn't be found. Please call. I'm like, oh, it's so sad. Isn't that so sad? So my order has come back and forth several times. I'm kind of sad. Honestly, it's been so long. I'm not even sure which. Well, I'm actually getting those Ella mode things. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna stick this guy on here. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can see the subtlety of this. It's just kind of nice. It's pretty subtle, but it does finish the card. It's enough that it finishes the card. And definitely I could add that little tiny bit of more texture. I won't say that I won't do that. That'd be an excellent idea today. That's nice. Yeah, I'm gonna add that. And then I just need a little words here. This particular set, does it have words? Or this, oh yes, does it have words? I got this because I love the word so much. Lori, you've been on my mind. That's exactly, I appreciate your thoughtfulness. I think you've been on my mind is the one I want. And have I used that one lately? You guys are like, yeah, last week, Lori. Where is it on your desk? That's a good question. I don't know. I love it so much, I don't know where it is. Okay, instead we're going to say, I appreciate your thoughtfulness, because I love that too. And in this case, I think I'm going to grab the Petunia Pop, and I think we're going to stamp it in Petunia Pop. And I got a little piece here that's going to look nice. And one of these guys, a block. Stamp it up here. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. Stamping at the top. Oh, you can see it. Thanks. I'm thinking, because I just said that Carrie couldn't see my package. I'm like, did he drop it at your place, Vicky? So funny. Not. Okay, I'm going to pretend this is going to be a straight line. I'm going to cut it like this. Leave that one square. No. It's not quite strong enough, so I probably will redo this, honestly, guys. And because I want to have as much of that as possible, I'm going to make this a little bit narrower, which might or might not okay, help with that slant. Okay. So I'll probably redo that a little tiny bit, but anyways, I'm going to put that over there. And then a couple gems. Won't that be pretty? And then I'll put that onto probably a white base. Oh, look at that pretty little card. Oh, another texture cheater. Look, tearing has great texture. If you tear it, you actually get a whole nother texture. Texture Tuesday. Any little sneaky tips I can give you? And he goes, oh, I love that. Look how pretty that is. Da, 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 da. And I will just do this just so that you can hopefully see that little, come on, texture. Very pretty. Thank you, Vicki. There it is. You can't see this one so much, but there it is there. Isn't that pretty? That is so nice. I say, if I say so myself. Okay, I'm going to stamp this guy again, and I'm going to stamp him straight onto this piece. And this will be the second little card, and it'll be a quickie one because that one probably was long. This one probably will still take a couple seconds because I'm still going to color. I lost that. I really think you guys are probably wishing it was Friday so you could have a cocktail and enjoy yourself. The girls play a game that every time I lose something, and I have one girlfriend that has let me know that she enjoys her glasses of wine. Okay, a glass of wine every night with me. And she doesn't even wait for me to lose things. She just enjoys her glass of wine. Okay, I'm going to stamp this sort of similar place, but just here off to the side. I'm going to stamp that. I do let it just sit for a half a second. Let that black ink just go into where it belongs. Nice. Love it. Let that sit for a nanosecond. Clearly not going to do the shaded thing. I'm going to do different than the purple this time because why not? I will use... I could do peach. Oh, kind of into pinks right now, though. Really want the pretty in pink. Don't want red. Oh, what's this color? Probably pink pirouette. Oh, bubble bath. I could do bubble bath. Feeling like bubble bath's not going to be in here. What's this color? Flirty Flamingo. Bubble bath. Da, 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 da. I kind of like them all the same color. I'm just going to go with that idea again. And coloring. You're like, that is some crazy scribbling you're doing, Lori. I know. Because it's a blend, so you get to be all artistic. Okay. And this one has to be a little bit fussier. I think because this one's working, I can go pretty fast over these colors too. Coloring is really fun. It can be quite, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it's therapeutic, but let's face it, it really is. You can get zoned into it. When I'm coloring with you guys right there, watching me, you guys get to be a little bit zoned in if I have a good story to tell. But meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I just need to get this colored so that I can move on to the texture that I'm supposed to be teaching. So a great demo would probably have already pre-colored a whole bunch of these things. But anyways, okay. And I think these greens will still be pretty. And then I'll pull in, oh, I can do a whole different set. What's this one? Mossy Meadow. Not Mossy Meadow. Is olive here? Olive. Olive with those guys will be nice. Is this my lemon lime? Granny Apple. What's this one? Granny Apple. Okay. So I got to do the dark Granny Apple and then the olive. Dark. Ooh, remember I was going to try and do where the actual light was. Do, 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 do. And I just like a little bit of some color on the leaves. Oh, I missed that piece. Oh, and I missed all of these. Light granny apple. Oh, this is going to be too big. If you use the fat end, it's sure fabulous to get the colors on, to lay them on fast. But you have to not be too concerned if you go outside the lines a little bit, can I just say? This is going to be like an abstract. Oops. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and then I was going to do this olive. Fun. I have to say, this really does look like a... Doesn't this look like one of the Christmas plants? Holly or ivy or whatever the heck it is, hey? That's a long time ago. Please have a light olive. Light olive. Don't you think? So I'm having trouble not doing it in, even though there's no ivy or holly here. Wow, there's a big difference between my dark and my light old olive though, isn't there? So I'm having to really go over top of my old olive to pull a blend in. Otherwise it's just totally dark, which is okay when there's a line. It helps, doesn't it? Be the obvious place. Okay, so after I get this done, I'm going to just draw lines straight through it. So if you also are coloring, you'll have to just watch for a second if you didn't color as fast as me. I'm going to just draw a whole bunch of lines right through this guy and add the texture directly over top of the inked image. But I do want to make sure I won't be able to come back in, so just that dark was really not very blended. So just by going back over top, ooh. By re-moistening it, it gets it blended. Do you know what I mean? And I'll come back in with my light granny apple because I got a little bit of mess going on there that I'm not happy with. I like to pretend I'm not fussy, but I am. Okay. I think that looks quite pretty, hey? All right. So now I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to turn it over. You could do it the indent way, but I like it to be the poppy up way. And I'm going to, in my mind, know where I'm going here. So I'm going to look here. And I know that from 3.5 to 1.5, I want to do it. So I'm going to turn it over, and it won't be through. Oh, I can turn it over this way, and it still will be. And no, I think I want to do it this way. Sorry, I want to make sure that I'm doing it the right spots. Hang on a second. I want to do it. I might do this. I might just do this. I want to have lines between here and here approximately. So I'll just do that. Okay, I just eyeballing it. Okay, so now I see these lines. Perfect. All right, and I actually have this, so that also helps. So I'm gonna bring this in over to that first line, and I'm going to come down to about, and I think I might go low, tall, low. So I'm going to find my 1 here, why not, and come to this guy here. And I am on white, so I need to think of that, but I still want it to be strong and go through the color. And I'm going to, that's at a 7/8. And so I'm going to come over 1/4 inch. And I'm going to go down a little tiny bit and up a little tiny bit. And then go over. That was there, sorry. I'm moving over. So I'm going to go over 1/4 inch. Now I'm watching over there instead because I've lost my lines over here. I'm going to come down to the 4 1/4 and up to the 3/4 up here. And I'm just going to see, I'm going to come up a little bit higher to the 1. Okay, and I'm looking, that looks all nice. Okay, I'm gonna do another one exactly the same as that. So I did that up to that 1.5, and I'm gonna bring this down to here. Must have been at 4.5. Gonna bring it over the 1/4 inch again and do it the same spots. Okay, bring it over again 1/4. And I think I'll do, oh, I must not have done it the same. It's okay, looks good. Surprisingly, looks good. I'm gonna do that again too. And then I'm going to come back over at 1/4 again, and I'm going to go up the 1/4. And I'm just moving it across 1/4 at a time, and I'm just varying how long I've done it. Nothing scientific about it. 1. And that's about it. Da, 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 da. Can you see that texture? Hopefully. So it's pretty subtle. I will say that you get a deeper one if, okay, you might get a deeper one, period, because you've got your guy going. I'm going to be in trouble to begin with. The trouble with this guy is getting him lined up to where you want him. So you can't trike him all the way along, right? Do you know what I mean? And I should be able to have him, but he goes deeper. So if I'm able to find where, okay, I'm on some lines now. So once you get onto some lines, and I've already marked them, I'm doing okay. Oops, that was going to be longer. And this one is deeper. That's why I'm going back. I'm doing it because it is deeper and it's better. It's better. But you kind of almost need to have this. Now I'm going to do one more. And this will be scary because it's not there. Okay, it feels right. Okay, so it's a little bit further over, but I needed one more short one. And I like it. So it's a little bit deeper. I think you can see it. I can see it way better. I'm happier with this guy for the groove. Again, be aware of your pressure on white cardstock versus cardstock, if that makes sense. Can you see that? Yes, you can, right? And your scoring tool on your personal cutter might be also very much stronger, okay? So again, we've got this guy going on. We had a little bit of just very subtle, just to do the corners on something like that. Doop, 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 okay? This guy is a whole nother little idea, and we just base him onto something. And sorry, I'm looking for a card base that he might look good on. Not finding any card bases that he'll look good on right handy here. Which is sort of sad. I have enough pieces here that he should look good on something. He might look good on blue. Not really, but we can pretend. He doesn't look horrible on blue. And then another little tiny bit is just to take a piece, a 2-inch piece, and in my scoring tool, I just did every 1/4 inch all the way the whole thing. And you could add this as a whole extra little texture onto a card, period. And again, if you had, sorry, I'm just thinking, this isn't enough. I need to have maybe something like that. But basically, that would just be a nice strip for a card that you'd have for some more texture. And then I need something on there. Pretend this is all a bunch of layers. That would almost work. I feel like I need one more. But pretend that was a whole little panel, and you could have another little texture right like that. So pretend the colors worked, but you know what I mean by the texture there, hey? And if you used something like this, Oh, you know what? You could totally do that too. That would look really nice too. Okay. So on this one I had the flat piece and I had just a couple lines. And on this one I've cut out a piece, and we actually could replace that and put this over here. And there's your two variations. Probably a better way of showing that. The two variations of having more white or replacing that white panel with just a little tiny bit of accents for fun, and a little more color in another way, and just having a slightly different, very similar card, but different, yeah? And then again, like I said, this guy here is just a fun little, all that. So that's T for texture. No, it's Tuesday night texture classes. A little series going on for the next couple, 3-5 weeks, whatever, I don't know. I'm having some fun. I have a couple more ideas in my mind, and we'll go from there. All right, ladies, I'm going to let you go. I'd love to see what you guys do with some of the textures I've been showing you. I'd love to see your ideas of what you do with some scoring over on Creativity for Everyone all week long, okay? And we will... people are so loving over there. So if you put your stuff on there, people will be like, whoa, that's so nice. Okie dokie. All right. Or if you have your own page, if you are like totally a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, put it on your page, but tag me and say, hey, Act of Stamping. I did the scoring idea. It's so cool. And your people will see your stuff, but I'll get tagged. So that'll be kind of fun so that it's kind of cool. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'll let you guys go. Have a lovely day, and I will see you back. Oh, I won't see you Thursday, but I'll see you back live at 8 next time, and we'll go from there. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.